Greetings fellow Whovians and welcome to Timey Wimey Review. As I go through various social media posts, I keep seeing a lot of comments that surrounds a lot of confusion around the future episodes of the Doctor Who specials that are coming up later this year and into next year. So for example, I keep seeing posts where they think that the Centenary Special and the 60th Anniversary Special is all one giant special that's going to be released next year. So I thought I'll do a quick video just to explain the difference between the Centenary Special and the 60th Anniversary Specials that are coming up in 2022 and 2023, and also go through all the things that we do know about these two specials so far. Before I carry on, I just want to say a huge thank you for everyone who has subscribed to my channel so far. And if you haven't, please do hit that subscribe button. It does go a long way and it really does help out the channel. So let's start off with the Centenary Special and why it's called the Centenary Special. Well, for one thing, we don't have an official title yet for this episode that's going to be broadcast later on this year. And number two is that it's because it's part of the huge celebrations that the BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation, are doing for its 100th birthday. So for its 100th anniversary, they're commissioning a lot of specials and Doctor Who is one of them. This Centenary Special coincides with the regeneration of the 13th Doctor. This will be Jodie Whittaker's last appearance as the 13th Doctor, as well as this being the final story written by current showrunner Chris Chibnall. At the time of recording, we are also saying goodbye to the 13th Doctor's current companions, Yaz, who's played by Mandip Gill, and Dan, played by comedian John Bishop. However, we are getting a plethora of returns since that teaser trailer was broadcast at the end of the Easter special, The Legend of the Sea Devils. So already in that trailer, we saw that we're going to see the return of Jacob Anderson as Vinda, who we last seen in Doctor Who Flux, Gemma Redgrave as Kate Stewart, and I'm sure Unit will be involved somehow, and fingers crossed Ingrid Oliver as Osgood will be making a return. A whole host of enemies for the Doctor to contend with. We have the returning Daleks as well as the Cybermen, including the lone Cyberman himself, Ashad, who we last seen in The Timeless Children, which I'm quite excited about. I'm glad that possibly he's not been killed off. And of course, one of the Doctor's greatest enemies, Sacha Dhawan's incarnation of the Master. Not only that, but we're having returning companions. So it was confirmed earlier this year that Bradley Walsh will be returning as Graham, and two companions from the classic era of Doctor Who, specifically from the 80s era of Doctor Who, with the former companion to the 5th Doctor, Tegan, played by Janet Fielding, and the former companion to the 7th Doctor, Ace, played by Sophie Aldred. I'll also throw out there some other characters that I think will be making a return for this Centenary Special, specifically targeting the 13th era of Doctor Who. So I'm thinking we're going to get the return of Carvanista, who we've last seen from Doctor Who Flux, as well as Claire. I think she went off with Units, as far as I remember, from that finale from the Flux. And of course, we've got to be seeing the return of Jo Martin as the fugitive Doctor. As you can imagine, that is a lot going on for the Centenary Special so far. Unfortunately, we don't know an air date as of yet. There's not been any official announcements, but the rumoured date for 2022 is somewhere in October, which is kind of, you would expect so. You would think maybe November, but I think, to be fair, October would be better, when that's usually the start of a new TV season for the UK and America, and probably across Europe as well and around the world. So yeah, really excited for that. However, what we do know is the BBC keeps saying that this is going to be a feature-length special. So I interpret that it's going to be at least over 60 minutes long. The rumoured sort of runtime is about 90 minutes long. For me, I'm thinking, with it being Centenary, surely 100 minutes, similar to when it was the season finale for season 4 of series 4 of Doctor Who, modern Doctor Who that is, Journey's End. At the time of writing and recording this, there was a rumour going around that someone has already watched the Centenary Special and is quoted to say that this is a beautiful mess or wonderful mess, and people are either going to love it or hate it. I'm going to go on the side of that I'm hoping that I'm going to love it. I really do hope that everyone involved in the 13th era of Doctor Who, especially Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall, really go out with a bang. I know there's quite a lot of people that either loved or hate this era of Doctor Who, and that's absolutely fine. But credits where credit's due. They have tried to, they have filmed something during this era, especially for Doctor Who Flux, during a very difficult time, with a lot of restrictions, of course, due to the pandemic. So, that must have been really hard, a near impossible task to do. So, again, for those guys and everyone involved, I really do hope that they go out with a bang and a great swan song. Also, apparently, Russell T Davies has seen a version of the Centenary Special, possibly a rough cut of the Centenary Special, and has gone on to say this. So I quote, "Believe me, you know so little. Get ready to be rocked. I'm not convinced we'll even reach Ncuti, David and Catherine with the devastation that's about to be unleashed in the Doctor's greatest confrontation yet." So for me, that builds up the excitement for this Centenary Special. Speaking of Russell T Davies, let's move on to the 60th Anniversary Special, or specials, which I'll get into in just a moment. So, as we know, Russell T Davies will be returning as the showrunner for Doctor Who from 2023 and beyond. Apparently, he'll be running the season 14 of Doctor Who, at the very least at the time of recording. And again, as I was recording and getting ready to record, there was a rumor going off that apparently this has been planned since Christmas of 2020 for Russell T Davies to return. Again, I don't know how true that is. You would think there probably would have been a lot of talks going on with the BBC, maybe at least for a year, and hopefully Russell T Davies is a very busy man. He was probably still filming and being involved with the brilliant drama It's a Sin at the time. So perhaps all the stars aligned, and this is where we're at now. So what we know so far for the 60th anniversary is, again, some huge returns. So it was announced a couple of months ago that David Tennant and Catherine Tate, they're going to be returning as the Doctor and Donna Noble, respectively. We're also having return of the legend that is Bernard Cribbins as Wilfred Mott, and also seen through various pictures and video clips that have been shown on social media whilst they've been filming the 60th anniversary special, that we are going to get the return of Sylvia Noble and Sean Temple, played respectively by Claire King and Carl Collins. We're also introduced to a new character called Rose, and no, it's not going to be Rose Tyler. It is a new character called Rose, played by Yasmin Finney, who is famous for being in Heartbreakers, the teenage drama on Netflix. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. So she's going to be playing a character called Rose. Again, not Rose Tyler, but pretty much looking like it's going to be Donna Noble's daughter, Donna and Sean's daughter, I should say, called Rose Temple Noble. It looks like that we're going to be seeing some aliens that first appeared in a comic strip in a 1980 Doctor Who magazine. First off, we've got some insect-like aliens. They're called the Wrath Warriors. And then, again, just recently, it looks like we're going to be getting a furry cat-like creature called Meep the Beep. Again, these two aliens appeared in the comic strip for Doctor Who magazine back in 1980 called Doctor Who and the Star Beast. I'm going to be honest, I don't really know much about these aliens, but I'm sure that there is some super hardcore Doctor Who fans that know these characters quite well from the comics. I think Meep the Beep has made an appearance in the Big Finish audios. I know there's like a bit of a jingle out there about Meep the Beep, or at least the aliens that are involved. I did hear the jingle. It's a very catchy jingle. Do check it out on YouTube. I think you can find it quite easily. It is a disturbing tune, which I do hope that they somehow managed to fit this in the 60th anniversary special. But recently announced, just over a week ago, is American actor, a very popular American actor, might I add, Neil Patrick Harris is going to be making an appearance in the 60th 60th anniversary special. So excited for Neil Patrick Harris, a big fan of his. If you don't know, he's been in huge popular sitcoms or TV shows. Back in the 80s, he was Doogie Howser as the young teenage medical whiz. I'd never seen that, so again, something I want to check out. But most recently, he was Barney. I think his character was called Barney in How I Met Your Mother. I remember him from the awesome sci-fi film Starship Troopers. Really looking forward to seeing what he's going to bring to the table. And the rumors that are circulating is that he's going to be playing the classic villain, the Celestial Toymaker, who was last seen in the actual story called the Celestial Toymaker back in the 60s against the first Doctor, William Hartnell. I know that the character was going to be originally returning for the Sixth Doctor in the now abandoned season 23 of classic Doctor Who, but has kind of manifested through Big Finish Audio and the novelization of that story. So yeah, really fascinated with this character. Looking at the pictures, I think it's going to be Celestial Toymaker. Could be someone else. It's not been officially announced yet. So again, if you think it's going to be someone else, let me know in the comments below. The only little bit of information left is that for the 60th anniversary special is that it's going to be directed by Rachel Talalay, who was last seen directing the 12th Doctor's finale Twice Upon a Time, and has recently just had to be stopped directing because she has tested positive for COVID. So I hope that you've gotten better, Rachel. It's not a very nice thing to have, believe me. So hopefully a speedy recovery so you can get back out there and doing what you enjoy doing. Latest rumours out there that it's not going to be just one special, but it's going to be 3, which I'm really looking forward to if that's going to be the case. The big rumor going around is that the first episode is going to be airing on Christmas, which again, that'll be amazing. I do miss my Christmas specials of Doctor Who. I know we have the New Year's Day specials, but as much as I've enjoyed them, it just doesn't feel quite the same as having Doctor Who on Christmas Day. That's my Doctor Who tradition that I've started to go through since the modern era of Doctor Who. So if we're going to get that and then maybe 2 more specials throughout 2023 to coincide with the actual 60th anniversary date of November 23rd, 2023, that'll be amazing. Very, very happy man. The other random rumor going on at the moment is perhaps a returning companion again from the 80s in the form of Mel, played by the very talented Bonnie Langford, who was the companion for the 7th Doctor, at least for the for the 7th Doctor's first season, Sylvester McCoy's first season as the 7th Doctor. So yeah, if that happens again, we'll be very happy, very interesting, because not to put anything against Bonnie Langford, she wasn't a very popular companion back in the 80s. You know, if you last seen her in Dragonfire, I've done a review of that if you want to check that out. If you compare her companion, the companion of Mel, to Ace, it is night and day between the two. So yeah, if Mel does come back, I'll be very excited. Been a massive advocate for Bonnie Langford. She is a very talented actress. She's recently been in the British soap EastEnders, and if you haven't seen her on The Masked Dancer, do check that out. She was the squirrel. I'm sure you can find that on YouTube, and yeah, she can still dance and move. So yeah, let's see what happens. The only thing we don't know at the moment is where does Ncuti Gatwa fits into all of this. I'm thinking really, with the little bits of information that we're getting for the 60th anniversary, is I'm thinking that the 13th Doctor, Jodie Whittaker, is going to regenerate, or at least regenerate back into the 10th Doctor, David Tennant. So whether it's like a 14th regeneration, I don't know. Maybe it's some kind of trick being played by something or someone, possibly a Celestial Toymaker, or at least Neil Patrick Harris. So I'm thinking my theory is that the Doctor is going to degenerate or regenerate into David Tennant, or that variation of the Doctor. He's trying to figure out what's going on, and then we're going to have a proper regeneration to Ncuti Gatwa, and then have a great load of adventures for the official Series 14 of Doctor Who. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts and theories to what you think might happen in the Centenary Special and the 60th Anniversary Special, and which special are you looking forward to the most? Personally, for me, I'm looking forward to both of them for very different reasons, but we can all agree on that this is going to be some very exciting times ahead for Doctor Who. Next time on Timey Wimey Review, I'll be reviewing the 10-part audio adventure Doctor Who Redacted. Until then, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, say hello on my Twitter page at ReviewTimey. I'll also put any more updated rumours from these two specials on my Twitter page, and do look out for other videos coming on the Timey Wimey Review YouTube channel. And do hit that cloister bell for more notifications. But as the good doctor once said, we're all stories in the end. Just make it a good one, eh?